Hello Aries, this is Ashley. We're going to be doing your reading for the week of the full moon. So this will cover the week of the 19th. The full moon takes place on the 20th, I believe, in the sign of Pisces. Let's look here. Yep, Monday the 20th. Depending on your time zone, we'll have the full moon in the sign of Pisces. Now it is at the very last degrees of Pisces, and Pisces is the sign of release and surrender, and it's a full moon, which is also about release and surrender, and it's in the final degrees of the zodiac. So it's like the surrender and release aspects of this moon are kind of a triple whammy. So we're going to take a look and see what's coming through for you. I recommend you check your other placements as well, as this reading will not resonate with every Aries, but you may find that messages come through in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements as well. So make sure you check those out for a full picture of what's coming up for you. We're going to look at past, present, future, and get some additional details as best we can to kind of narrow down the scenario. So let's get to it. If this is your reading, please comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like and share, subscribe. Anything that you're open to doing to support the channel is helpful. Let's see, Aries, week of the Pisces full moon. What's going on? So we have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man, the Ten of Swords, Judgment, it's called the Call on this deck, and the Hermit. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have the Fool. So clearly beginning and ending a new, beginning a new cycle, ending an old cycle. And we'll get some details here. So it looks to me like you are letting go of something, walking away from a bit of a brutal ending, and there's some regrets here about, and some pain associated with that departure. But I do feel like you're doing so in such a way that allows you to look to your own future and the possibilities that exist outside of the situation for you. I do feel like there's probably perhaps some loss of security associated with this ending. And it's probably putting you into a place of self-reflection, a bit of a hermitage, which tends to happen after we've had a strong ending take place, or some sort of harsh reality check sends us into the self-reflection. We have the Hermit here. But I do think that the way things are looking, there's going to be some positive outcomes to this release that will allow you forgiveness, compassion for what happened, both for yourself and the other person, and quite a bit more balance in your own life when it comes to, you know, I would say this is probably a relationship. But we'll certainly see and get more detail on that aspect. It does feel like there's perhaps some apologies that are taking place at the time of the full moon. This could be you, this could be the other person. It could also be that someone here, perhaps at the point where you've decided to walk away, they're not quite sure they want to let go. And so they're kind of coming in, you know, trying to hold on to you by apologizing and perhaps, you know, saying, hey, let's give it another go. So let's get some more detail here, because I do feel like with this Fool energy, you are starting a brand new beginning. And there's definitely a lot of pain associated with this situation. I can feel it. So my heart goes out to you if this is your situation. So in the past position, we have let it go. And you can see that there are two hummingbirds, and they're kind of pulling at this twine. It's like this knot that goes around this heart. And so it's talking about releasing a love relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. It could be a family member, a friendship, that kind of thing. And we'll try and get more detail on that. But it talks about doing so with forgiveness at the forefront of your mind, as like a karmic release for yourself, not necessarily for this other person. You know, how they process the ending is their journey, right? How you process this ending is yours. And so let's get some detail here. 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Rough stuff. So we have the Hanged Man coming up again. Could be dealing with a Pisces. And the 7 of Cups. Yeah, I think that there's quite a bit of, you know, perhaps just trying to get away from something that was really clouded, like you weren't getting the things that you needed from this. Probably some confusion about the commitment level in the relationship, or even whether or not it was actually a loyal relationship. The 7 of Cups could easily be someone having treated you as an option among other options. With the 5 of Cups, we have the High Priestess. So again, Pisces energy. A lot of water here. We also have Temperance, so Sagittarius coming in there. And I'm just speaking to the signs that are showing up. That doesn't have to be your scenario or your person. It could just be the energy that one of you is embodying at the time of this past situation, right? I feel like you are spending some time trying to heal from this already. Like as it's taking place, you're already doing some healing work to make it as painless as possible, if that's, you know, even something that exists. I do think that when we surrender with that High Priestess, it's easier than us clinging to it, right, when it comes to the healing process. And so I think you're aware of that. I also feel like you've had some intuitive guidance in this direction. Like you saw this ending coming. do we have? The Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups. I think at some point you saw this person as your happily ever after. You may have children with this person, or it could certainly be a family member, but I do think that this person was maybe a little bit of a player. Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This person was behaving as if they were single when they may not have been. Perhaps you were in a committed relationship with this person and they were treating you as an option. And you eventually discovered that knowledge and you've decided to move on and heal from this situation. So that's what I'm getting for the past. In the present, so at the time of this full moon, we have autumn. So we have a crow and it says, release the old and rest. And so it kind of speaks to letting go of those like fall leaves, right? So when the trees turn colors and they start to release those old leaves, they're not holding on tightly to dead leaves, right? They're letting them go and entering a period of dormancy. And that is what's going on the week of the full moon for you. We have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and Judgment. So again, I do feel like perhaps this past person, once you decided that you were going to move on from this, they may not be enjoying that. They may want to be holding on to you. Could also be an apology coming in for you at the time of the new moon. But something that I'm seeing here, as you can see this messenger of water, she's gazing at a seahorse. And something about that feels to me as if you're beginning to recognize your own worth. And even though there might have been or might still be love for this past person, it's almost as if you're looking to yourself now as being the person that you're going to put first, right? And that you're going to work through to your own security and really look at your own shadow side and kind of explore how this situation happened, what parts of it you participated in, and what you're not willing to deal with moving forward. So let's get some clarity here. With the Knight of Cups, we're getting the Six of Wands. So some Leo energy coming in. And the King of Swords. With the Four of Pentacles, getting the Ace of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles. And with Judgment, we're getting the Three of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So again, I think someone here comes forward and wants to speak the truth to you with that King of Swords. They want a victory. Could be dealing with an air sign with that King of Swords there. And I do feel like they're trying to offer you a new beginning with this Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles coming in. But what I'm also getting from this is that you're ready to manifest something new. I don't know that you're going to accept this offer of love from this person. Because here with Judgment, the Three of Wands, and the Ten of Swords, I'm more getting that you're turning your back on this ending. And that you are going to be looking forward into the future. And look at this. With this Eight of Cups in the Good Tarot, You can see he's kind of gazing out, watching the ships come in, deciding on his future. And that's exactly what this Three of Wands is doing. You're turning your back on this situation and putting yourself first. So let's look into the future position. So this is after the full moon, where you may be headed. We have a card called Tenderness. I'll show it to you in just a moment. I'm trying to get these cards picked up. It says true love and compassion. So it could very well be that you are meeting someone new. Could be a Virgo or a Pisces here with the Hanged Man and the Hermit. But I also feel like you're just kind of offering forgiveness to yourself and this person as a means of kind of moving forward and releasing yourself from this whole situation. You know, the Hanged Man is sort of tied up. His foot is caught in most depictions, and he's hanging upside down, gaining a new perspective on something. But you know, once we've gained that perspective, there's no reason for us to dangle there, right? And it is interesting that in this card, it looks like there's a full moon behind him. So here's that Tenderness card. I like this card. It's very pretty. So I think just kind of a lot of forgiveness coming in, and you may be saying to yourself right now, like hell, and that's a normal reaction, and that's a reaction that is acceptable. But in this depiction of the Hermit, you can see all these keys are dangling above this closed door. And I think that you'll find in the future that the key to your own freedom is, you know, not only looking within and setting yourself free, but one of those keys will undoubtedly be forgiveness. So let's get some more detail here. Where do we have the Two of Pentacles? Could be a decision, but I'm kind of getting this more as like, it's like you weighing up what has happened and what you want, and just really trying to strike a balance for yourself. You know, typically the Two of Pentacles is a card of work, right? But it looks almost as if she's holding up these two pentacles and she's sitting on like a chaise lounge. It's kind of what it looks like. Surrounded by abundance. So it's a matter, to me, it more feels like you're offering up forgiveness and releasing yourself because you've done enough reflection here with the Hermit and the Hanged Man that it's not difficult for you to give that, I should say. Let's see, why do we have the Two of Pentacles? We have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Cups. With the Hanged Man, we have the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords. With the Hermit, we have the Chariot and the Three of Swords. So again, it just feels like decisions to move towards a new beginning for yourself and to let go and move away from the pain of the past. That's showing up in several spots here. But also kind of with that Hermit, it's nice that the Chariot came through for that, because the Chariot has both light and dark sphinxes here that carry him forward. and they're not reigned. They are controlled simply by his being and his intention. And part of the hermitage that we experience is looking at our own light and dark, and using that as a tool to get out of the heartbreak, right? With this Hanged Man, I almost feel like this person from the past isn't going to give up so easily. But you know, they're no longer sitting in Knight energy like they were with that Knight of Wands. It's like they've been reduced to a page. And so it's like it feels like they're gonna keep testing the waters, so to speak, to see if you're really turning your back on them. And, you know, I mean, you could see that as a bit of a test to your own convictions, right? As you step forward and serve yourself. So, while this is definitely a painful experience here, in the past and at the time of the full moon, I think you're headed in a really positive, self-loving direction here, Aries. So I hope that was helpful. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next one. And don't forget, we have that Fool at the bottom of the deck. So I think you're really being called forward in a new adventurous direction. So go for it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.